Well, folks, in this video I will be talking to you about something different. You have seen my political videos and stuff, but you don't know, or I should say, it's no way you possibly could know really what is going on with me. I have posted few videos about what CIA is trying to do to get rid of me, and on the Facebook, and I have also posted a few messages on Facebook page what's happening, but there is just so much more stuff that I want to record this immediately today on September the 18th, 2016, that is taking place against me behind the curtain, stuff you don't know about. I will be talking to you in this video. I am right now in Slovenia, where Slovenian communists are trying to do just about everything possible to get me killed. I'm talking about psychiatrists here. Stuff that will totally horrify you, but it is due for me to talk about. It's not only CIA. They seem to be operating simultaneously. They're acting simultaneously. And first, let me go to the Facebook and record this. It all started to intensify sometimes on, it lasted, you were able to see what was going on with me on Facebook throughout the years. However, on September the 5th is somehow that I feel that it totally intensified to unbearable situation. In fact, I have released a video on CIA and FBI and have proven that they are engaging in a total violation of free speech just 2 months prior to the US elections. And at this point, I was referring to my not being allowed to post even in the groups where I participate. Facebook was totally blocking me. They would use all kinds of scare tactics and intimidations to stop me from posting in the Facebook groups where I participate, on what they would simply block me from posting for no reason, for nothing. It stopped right there. I was not allowed to post anything. Impossible. All my pages that I run, from Donald Trump, from South African causes, they have totally killed pages. About 2.5 months prior to this date, I was temporarily suspended from using Facebook for 7 days. And I'm going to give you an example from what used to be between 150,000 to over 200,000 views per week I used to have on a single page, Washington marching against genocidal whites in South Africa. They would gradually afterwards reduce one to 80,000 when the ban was lifted. And then it would go to 50,000, and it would go to 40,000, and it would go to 30,000. And you know what? It would go to, I don't know, 10,000, 5,000, and even all the way down to 2,000. You know, you would have about 11,000 likes, and they would totally destroy you. My Donald Trump's cause right now is, I tell you what, it's got about 300 views per week with about 5,000 likes, and I'm not even lying to you at all. This is my page, and man, this people are totally trying to alienate me from the people. Look at this here, 331 people this week, 5,000 likes almost. That's, folks, that's what they're doing. It started like this, and then it went further. I have exposed Assange as a CIA agent. Total fact. Everything was blocked, all the pages. They simply killed the audience. I was not allowed to post in my own 2 groups that I have established. On the September the 6th, I have posted this very video. And since this date, what Facebook would do is they would go, just as I have posted on my Facebook wall. they would go and they would simply hide my wall status, so the people, whoever would visit my page, this page here, they would know nothing about it. So if we go back to September the 5th, they went completely crazy. After the September the 5th, things went completely crazy. I was working very hard on the video to prove that Donald Trump have in fact won the elections of 2016. However, that civil war and World War III will happen, and the two are completely unavoidable thanks to CIA, because it is the CIA that is pushing forward second civil war in America, and no doubt the World War III will follow, perhaps even prior to the Civil War, and I'm talking about definitely prior to the US elections. What went wrong? CIA, Facebook, aka Facebook, have in meanwhile pumped in my computer at least what I was able to identify, and it appeared to be over 1,000 viruses. The video that I have just talked to you about, the file size have increased from 1.5 gigabyte to 2.7 gigabytes. No way I could convert one with about using 5 video converters. I don't know what the hell was going on. And when I'm talking about the viruses, folks, you have no clue what was going on. This computer would power itself off and would power itself back on. It would reboot it itself. Viruses would be automatically downloading from the internet. I did not have any control over the computer anymore, but did somehow manage to stop it through the task manager, and have, with my advanced computer knowledge, managed to remove manually viruses. Have obviously disconnected myself from the internet and have manually destroyed viruses to the point when I was capable to again connect myself back on the internet, download antivirus programs, and have used about 7 programs to have this number here removed. And you're talking about over 1,000 viruses. So the computer was again operational, and I was forced to upload to the YouTube the file that was no less than 2.7 gigabytes long, on what the YouTube would just simply, what they would do is they would go and they would take one down like within 10 minutes. And then what they would do is, obviously they have seen the whole video, they would power one back on, it would appear again. I was able to post one here. I'm telling you, it was a proof right here. A thumbnail was featured. It's not seen now, but it was back right here. Everybody was able to see it. And they would take one down again. And I would not even know what was going on what they would finally give me the reason that there was a little, like, I don't know, 20 or 30-second video clip that copyrights were violated. They obviously have come up with some kind of excuse for this kind of erratic behavior. Well, I did work very hard again and have one powered back online the next day on September the 11th of 2016. Donald Trump won the election of 2016. I have proven that he did won them on the August the 31st, 2016. And the governments were completely crazy about this news. So from here on, crazy stuff just followed. Not only that I was talking to myself here on this Facebook wall of mine, but the Facebook went further, and what they would do is, I have realized that my 2 groups that I have had, the Facebook have completely destroyed me. In meanwhile, it was the group that I have opened about 25 days ago, and I'm referring to this group right here. Group is known as a Yes to White Nationalism and No to David Duke, as I have exposed David Duke for who and what he is.
I posted here to keep people updated. So what good is it
what good is it to create a group with 1,300 people more, and on the end, within 20 days, that group is decimated to less than 1,000 people. I mean, this is basically what they do. And how do I look like? How do I look like? Now I look like a criminal. You know what they have done to me? The group that I have created it, everything that I have posted, and I have posted I don't know how many posts. It is really, really well maintained. You have to watch this video, see if Facebook wants me dead now. What they would do is they would force me, who have created this group, to see us. Everything was completely normal in the group. In other words, everything all my posts would appear here. And with exception of a few friends of mine who would frequently visit the wall, they would have the access to my posts. But the other people that were added to the group, and you're talking about over 1,300 people, none of these people would actually know or see anything that was going on in the group. They would not see a single post of mine that I have posted in the group, in other words. No need to say that within 25 days, there are only 900 people left inside of the group, because people think that I'm a scammer, that I do some kind of a gimmick, some kind of stuff. They probably really have a bad opinion about me. And this way Facebook have not only ruined my reputation, but they have destroyed my group. I don't know how to describe this anymore, but this is just a beginning. This is nothing. Facebook went further, as I have suggested. Since 5th 2016, nobody knew anything what I was posting on this wall. But anyway, I continue to post to this wall. I continue to record videos. And one of the videos I have proven, and this is the video here, I'm becoming totally isolated. US government is in a hurry to get me killed. Obviously they are. Together with their communist Slovenians in Moscow, I believe. I would not even be allowed to post on my friends' timelines. Okay, I would post to the friends' timeline, and it would appear to me as if I did post it, when in reality it was never ever posted. It did horrify my friends who have seen it. People who were asking me actually to even post to their walls. They would not know anything about what was going on. You have to see this video. You have to see what the CIA is doing. And I proceeded, nevertheless, I proceeded with the work. And this is where I'm going to stop talking about the Facebook. I'm going to stop talking about the YouTube, Google and stuff. And I will concern myself with Slovenian psychiatrists who obviously work together with American CIA and of course Russians, Putin, and they would all together like to see me just simply killed. Killed is what they want to see me. And I will be now talking to you about really what is going on behind the curtain. You got to see my political videos, the stuff that I create, but none of you knows anything about really what is happening with me. Talk will be now about Slovenian psychiatrists. And now the second part. I have talked to you about what the CIA is doing, Facebook, YouTube, Google, and now I'm going to be talking to you about Slovenian psychiatrists who are acting against me with extreme acts of genocide already since 2012. These people are killing me. They're killing me. They are destroying me. They're ruining me completely. It's time to talk about what is happening behind the scenes. Okay, you know about my videos, the stuff that I create, the stuff that I do, the news sites. And now I'll be talking to you under what kind of conditions I am doing all this. So it's time to talk about Slovenian psychiatrists. It's really, really impossible. But since 14 days ago, things have become completely impossible. And during the recording of this video, After I have released how Donald Trump have won the elections of 2016, this psychiatrists have also attacked me. The attacks followed from all the directions, not only what you have seen on the Facebook. This is also interesting. This is yet another proof. It's pretty crazy. I just want you to see it. This is from my telephone. You can definitely see it. It's pretty much saying, hello, please call me and fill up my account. I don't even know this number. I don't know who the person is. However, this is not the first time this have taken place. Other telephone numbers were used with the same message. I find this strange to call me now when I'm doing this kinds of stuff with this kind of disturbing messages. I had state people coming. They would come right here to the house. They would talk to the father. They would ring here, and when I'm referring to the ring in this house, it's like this. It's exactly the same ring that is used inside of the kindergartens or schools. You're talking about a ring that blows your mind out when it goes off. Under the circumstances that I am, trust me, all this stuff is psychologically really, really destructive. It really is killing me. These people would come and they would start to talk to father again, and they would appear on many occasions. And finally, on about 14 days ago, we have an incident with an individual that comes to inspect me, check out on me per court, if how am I exactly doing. That's the stuff they do already since 2012. They have me completely under control. I was for 1.5 years thrown in the wall, behind the walls of mental institution, where I was tortured so severely that you have no clue. I was medicated so much that my body have quit functioning. I could not talk. I could not walk. I could not sleep on the side, only I could sleep on the back. They have medicated me so much that on 2 occasions I almost have died. They have forced me to literally walk because I was about to pass out, die. They have abused me psychologically, torment me, torture me. And when I have told them back that they will, on one occasion I have told on one session when I came smiling, clean like I'm now, always the way I am, well groomed, well prepared, to psychiatrist. Her name is a Proxer. She would simply harass me, psychologically torture me to the point when I have actually told her that this have nothing to do with her tasks as per providing some kind of support for me, but it was in fact nothing more than severe psychological torment, torture, and have told her that she will instead go to a prison for the stuff that she does. I'm telling you, the same day I had people right here, and I'm gonna post the audio recording of that as well on the internet now. I'm not taking it anymore at all. I'm telling you that I'm not taking anything anymore. I'm gonna post everything on internet now. For that matter, I was placed for another 6 months in the mental hospital, tortured again. They would come right here, the ambulances, they would come, they would knock right on inside of the room where I was, in that little room where I work, yell at me that I need to get ready immediately, that we have to go to the loony house now. stuff like this, quite horrific. I mean, it's quite crazy. I mean, these people would afterwards bully me if I'm afraid that they're going to come to pick me up at any time. Of course, anybody would be afraid when they do this kinds of stuff to you, you know. Anyhow, since 2012, I am on medications, psychotropic medications that are totally killing me. But I have no choice. If I would stop eating those, they would simply take me back to the mental hospital. And since 14 days ago, there was an incident, more terror. It's continuous terror. And this individual, her name is Jeric, Andrea Jeric, would appear here as per having monthly checkouts on me and would start to, everything was okay. And she left, and within like 14 days, you know, we're supposed to have monthly meetings with her, but within like 14 days, which was just 3 days ago, on the 15th, she called my mom, and she started to terrorize my mom, my mother, that I did not appear to her to be okay during the last meeting that we had, and therefore that she will come to meet me the very next day again. So therefore that I should just prepare myself for, I don't know what kind of terror. My mom could not sleep. You don't know what the stuff they have done to me and to my mom. They have really psychologically broken down my mother. The stuff they have done to me, I don't even know how to explain, but I will explain you in this video what they have done to me exactly. On what she did appear here. And I told my mom to please clarify this with her, exactly by what did she meant that I did not appear to her, you know, like usually she claims that I appeared to her, which is a lie. She continually engages in terror against me. But this time she went so far that it will shock the hell out of you what you're about to learn. She would appear here again, and my mom asked her what exactly did she mean by this, and she would not have any explanation about why or whatever. She stated he would just not appear to me to be the same like always, was her explanation. That I was not communicative and so on, like I'm usually communicating. It's a total lie. My mom, however, was trying to avoid this, and she said, yeah, sure. But at the same occasion, my father was participating as well, this harassment, obviously, torture. And obviously that these people from the state have incited him in more crime against me. Now you're talking about an individual that is now 85 years old, that looks like a sweet, completely innocent individual, but it was the individual who was engaging in extreme violence against me till the age of 14. And I did not run away when I was 23 years old, but I did go to America to avoid him primarily, because this individual was just impossible to live with. This is the individual that would run after me, after I have helped him whole day working with hay forks and was trying to stab me with the hay forks. This is an individual who would threaten me on several occasions with a paddle when I was smaller. He would go like this, and he would be like he's gonna kill me with the paddle when on the boat. This is an individual who have pointed at me rifle, and it did happen on 2 occasions. This is the guy who would actually threatened when he picked me up from the school, have taken me home, on that he will kill me physically when we will come home, on what I have ran in a sweater in the middle of the winter, in the middle of the snow, from here all the way to the forest. That was about 2 kilometers, and he would run after me. I mean, this is just fucking crazy shit. I ran for bare life. You're talking about the guy that would beat the hell out of me. Look, on a daily basis, he would release his frustrations and anger and everything he had on me. And the system was not any better. The system, the Slovenian state, would beat the hell out of me since the first grade all the way to when I was 15, 16 years old, on what I would be told by the teachers and by the students that they have done already so much violence against me that I would not be able to manage through the rest of my life, that I would not be able to cope with issues, with the violence they have performed on me, basically what I was taught. This is the Slovenian state. And they have done that because they deem that I'm German, and they continue to do that kinds of stuff. They have continued to engage against me when I was in America, and they are using this 85 years old man now as the tool, trying to depict him as somebody who is a victim, or I should say, yes, you know, because I'm 44, but he's 85. I'm a big man and he's a small guy, and it appeals to them as if something legal could happen, and it will happen. They could use him like some kind of witness, that he would be used to, you know, I'm an old man, you know, I'm just an old man, I don't know, I don't remember, you know, it's just like this. That's exactly what is going on. And on this latest meeting that was 2 days ago, this father of mine would appear, and he would begun to suggest this individual that I am actually mentally sick, and I'm also probably, most likely, that I'm also suffering from physical sickness as well. And he had in his mind heart failure and also especially diabetes issue. And that he deemed that in fact that I am mentally sick because I spent 14 hours at least per day working on the computer. You see, the journalism to him that appeals as a mental sickness. That I probably have diabetes. I just probably have diabetes, and it would be, this is how he have presented himself to these people who come here to threaten me on behalf of psychiatrists, that he would actually ask them for help, that I'm in a very, very bad shape financially, and also that my health could not be worse than what it is, and that he would like them to perform examination on me. That he would like them to take me to the hospital and perform physical examination on me, and that I definitely appeal to him mentally sick because I work so much on the computer, that this is the computer addiction according to him, and that something should be done about that. Now, this is my father, now he's 85 years old. And then he proceeded, of course, these people, they're not psychiatrists, they're nurses. However, these nurses are as high as doctors, basically. They are also used like a cover-up, like they know exactly, very well my case, they know exactly the stuff they're doing against me. But they will be used like, oh, we are only nurses, you know, even if they have almost doctoratums themselves is what they have. So it's all covered up, and it's interesting, as soon as he mentioned these issues, these ladies already were totally prepared to take his side, that they completely understand his concerns, that they totally are concerned for me, and that I should totally you know, accept this, that they're gonna try to help me. And I was quiet because basically I didn't have, for the most part, because I could not even talk anything. So this individual have had accused me of the stuff like this in front of them. That would be, I think that would make anybody dizzy. You know, the stuff that is completely insane. And then he further suggested, they asked him, they said, how the both of you, we get along with the father, how the two of us get along with. And they also have asked my mother. And let me tell you, my father have stated to these people that if he would tell me, they asked me what would happen if he would discuss these issues with me, and he have suggested that there would be arguments, that I would argue with him, okay? And my mom suggested that I am too much on the computer, that I should also get involved with her and so on. She was not in that direction like father. She didn't have that kinds of stuff. She tried, as you're about to hear, but I did manage to totally prove them for who and what they really were. I mean, first of all, I think that with this kind of accusations that he came against me like this, that this could not be more criminal than what really he have done it, He couldn't do more than this. I mean, I asked him, I said, listen, Father, I said, I said, I don't know what you mean by this. I said, listen, I said, and I told her also, I said, even today, and it's 2016, almost 2017, and this is almost 5 years now since, all this torture is taken against me. I have to take psychotropic drugs. I have to drug myself with that stuff, kill myself with it. Psychotropic drugs reduce your life expectancy for about 20 years on average, in case you did not know that. They kill you. Everybody's talking about what they do to your brain, but nobody's talking about that they physically deteriorate, destroy your body within, that your organs quit, basically. Anyhow, back to the subject. I told him, I said that I really do not believe you. I said, my father, I mean, if you came up with this kind of accusation in front of me and in front of this ladies here, you obviously don't have any fear from me. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So said, why don't you tell me instead, since the three of us are here, actually it was 5 of us, this girl, Andrea, had another girl with her. So I said, why don't you tell us, when you went to the police station in 2012 and you have created some kind of dossier about me, you have filed some kind of complaints against me. I said, why don't you just tell me if I did ever hit you? If I ever hit you, or if I ever hit mother, or if I ever hit any other family individual. And at that point on, because he was so brave to come up with such issues against me, of course, every normal individual would go and would say, you have done this, you have done that to me, but he just doesn't have anything to say. So at that point, he became red. He did not know what he would say. He kept his mouth shut. My mother got involved. She realized the seriousness of the situation. They tried to redirect the subject. There was nowhere to redirect. I said further, please, look, you have the 2 ladies here. You came up with the stuff like this against me. Obviously, come on, you have no fear. You don't fear anything. I said, so please tell us, if I have ever threatened to you, that I will physically hurt you, that I will do something to you. Did I ever threaten to the mother? Did I ever threaten to you? Did I ever threaten? There was no answer whatsoever. They started to try to change the subject, but I said no. I said, no, we're going to be talking about the subject because, you know, you have pushed so far. So you talked, now I'm going to talk. Now we're going to clarify really what is going on here. So this individual that have had engaged in extreme violence against me, this individual on whom I have never placed my hand on, this individual who have beaten the hell out of me on daily basis, have threatened me, life-threatened me on numerous occasions. I have actually never even threatened to him. This individual at age 85 continue to do the stuff like this, and I said, Father, I said, you said that I have diabetes, that I possibly have diabetes. I said, Father, I said, how can you say such a stuff? And the mother said, well, because you eat sweets, she said. And I said, really? I said, Mother, I eat sweets. I said, why don't you tell us right here in front of these people, since you have so viciously attacked me? I said, how many sweets did I eat during the past 30 days? Well, you did eat a cake. Yes, I eat a cake. I said, what else did I eat? That's when she have lost. There was no explanation anymore. She couldn't say anything back in return. She said, oh yeah, that is true. You don't eat sweets. Okay, I don't eat sweets. You just accuse me that, you know, that I eat sweets. So my father have accused me that, you know, that I drink a lot of water. And because I drink a lot of water, according to him, I have diabetes. That's how he rationalized his statements, and that's what he have accused me, that because I drink water, I have diabetes. So these nurses, they tried to help them as much as they could, and they come up and they started to suggest the symptoms of diabetes. Is he going on the restroom at night? Is he doing this? And the answer from my mom alone was no, 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 no to everything. Pretty much was no. So there was no this diabetes issue, that just there was none. Heart failure, I don't know what he meant by heart failure, where that came from. Obviously, he was just trying to really make me feel like a shit and terrorize me as much as he could and get them involved against me further and stuff like this. So regarding my mom, when she stated that I don't have a time for her, I said, you know, previously I have mentioned, at this point I went back to that question and I said, listen, I said, Mom, how can you say this, that I don't have a time for you, when I'm practically taking you every day? I'm taking you out for about 1 hour or 2. We both sit in the car, we drive about 10 kilometers from here to the park, to the therme, and that's where both me and my mom, we go for a walk every freaking morning, every day. And she's saying that I don't have a time for that. And she goes, oh yeah, that's right, you do have a time for me. Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. Okay, so he is driving me across the country. We go to her hometown sometimes, here and then. I take her everywhere I go, everywhere she wants to go, to the store, whatever the hell she wants. And I don't have a time. Okay, all right. So we go back now to the issue per how I'm mentally sick because I work on the computer, and well, I'm guilty as charged. I mean, I work a lot. I told them I work 7 days a week for about 14 hours a day. I have about 3 newspapers, online newspapers, and I have about 3 video channels, more channels. I have news outlets. It's where I post the news. I do get politically involved and stuff like that. And the work that I perform, my father sees one just as a mental sickness. So if this is the mental sickness, then I am definitely guilty of. This is what he sees as a mental sickness. He spends about 8 hours a day watching the TV, but that's not a mental sickness. He goes fishing and he is static over there for about who knows how many hours, but that's not mental sickness. When he goes in the forest and he is going hunting and he goes up on that tree and he stands over there for many hours and he's waiting for the animal, so the animal is going to come and he will shoot her. That's not a mental sickness, folks. That's legitimate. That is totally fine. And you know what? I don't mind him to do this. He have a very good life. He had a very good life. Fishing, hunting, you freaking name it. Very exclusively, okay? He went to the resorts where other people could not fish or hunt. He did stuff that I could not even dream of, and most of you not. He was an ex-communist, and he still is a hardcore communist. And he very much is against the stuff that I do, and he would, if he could, this man would kill me. I would definitely not be attending his funeral, I can tell you that. However, I do avoid this individual. I try to help him whenever I can, but at this point on, I don't really want to have anything to do with him. I mean, he suggested that I have diabetes and stuff like this. And just to tell you how mentally sick this individual is, because this guy is so fucking crazy, mentally sick, that he does not even know what the fuck he's talking about. And when you mix all this stuff with his criminal character, you know, that I have partially talked about, I have suggested to these people right in front of him, to these nurses, that, you know, that he have accused me actually of trying to poison him. Yeah, he have accused me of trying to poison him when I went to the store, to the grocery store, and I bought a really, really good juice, you know, that homemade juice, nectar, you know, the juice that is like you squeeze one and you get the best juice out of it. Or what I would go home and I would say, come on, Dad, I said, can I offer you a glass of best juice? Can I do that? And he started to yell at me that I'm trying to poison him, that this is not natural, that is a sugar in it. And I said, man, in front of these two ladies, I don't know about this kind of statements because you constantly eat that chocolate. He eats that chocolate cream all the time. I mean, that's just fucking crazy. I mean, if that doesn't make any sense for an individual to do that kinds of stuff. And the most horrific of it all is that this fucking lunatic, maniac, psychopath was the one who went to the police in 2012 and have had the police, the emergency services, remove me from the house, shackled in an ambulance, taken straight to Ljubljana, about, I don't know, 50 miles from here. The circus they have created, I have talked about in my videos. I mean, I'm completely speechless. And placed me forcefully, I'm now forcefully on psychotropic drugs already since 2012. And this fucking guy is talking about that I'm trying to poison him. I mean, this guy is not quite okay in his head. I mean, I have mentioned that I have compared him on my blogs with the incidents that he have created, that he is worse than a Fritzl. If you know the Fritzl, the guy that he abused, that he held Natasha Kampusch for about 8 years over there imprisoned in a little room in Vienna. This fucking guy is, this guy's more crazy than this guy was. And it's this Slovenian state that is using him to cover up the crimes they have done against me. They're using him to take me down from the internet. They're using him to engage in a terrorism against me. They're using him to mentally and physically torture me. This have caused me total nervous breakdown, this latest episode here 2 days ago. I mean, I was 2 days, I was trying to get back to the sanity, basically. I went, after this meeting, you know what I did? I went to the forest, and I went to walk over there in the forest for hours so I could come back. I could get the strength and go back inside of this fucking house here. This is what the fuck these people do to me. All along is what they're doing to me, you know. And when she stated that she felt that this nurse, that she terrorized my mother, that I just did not appeal to her to be okay. I just did not appeal to her to be normal, you know, normal as usual I am. She is always engaging in a terror against me, but this time she used as an excuse to engage in even more terror against me a clause that have allowed her to come here in this house just 14 days later. I mean, she's supposed to appear here according to the court every month, but since I was recording these videos, this government went completely insane. So she appeared here and she used the clause like I have stated, like always. You know, you don't appear to me normal, like always. And, you know, I asked her, I said, listen, you know, and she said, why do you feel like threatened like this? Well, I said, listen, I said, come on, I said, listen, I said, Nurse Andrea, I said, how would it make you feel, you know, if somebody would say that you just don't appear normal to him? You know, that you don't, that something is wrong with you, basically. That something is wrong with you. I said, how would you feel if somebody would say to you that? So she said, she answered to me, she said, what I would do is instead, I would start to question myself if everything is okay with me. If I appear to somebody different, probably the issue would be something I would be asking myself if something is wrong with me. And I said, Andrea, I said, exactly, I would do. That's exactly what I would do. You know, that's exactly what I would do. But then again, I said, anyway, I said, Andrea, but how would it make you feel? How would it make you feel? Well, she lied. She continued to lie. It's normal. I said, no. I said, somebody would ask you that. Let me tell you something, psychologically, that already would place doubt in you. Of course, you would be asking yourself, what did the individual see as something irregular in me? But that would be unpleasant, okay? It will make you feel unpleasant. She continued to lie. No. I said, you know what, Andrea, 99.9% of the people would feel like this. And I said, how would it make you feel if something like this would have happened when a psychiatrist would be suggesting you? How would that make you feel? Oh, again, I would feel, you know, that I would be asking myself if something is wrong with me and this and that. I said, no. I said, Andrea, you know, 99.9% of the people would be really, really stressed about it. Especially stressed when there was no reason for you to feel strange about me. You, like, that I did not appear, that I appeared different than on any other occasion. That is, you know, just the fact that individual under this kind of circumstances would definitely feel threatened, not only uncomfortable, terrorized. Let me tell you, when she told that to my mom, not only to myself, I was out. Okay, the day before that she made an appointment with mom, I will arrive tomorrow. My mom did not sleep and I was fucking out. I was fucking out. So I said, you know, my mom was so out that she actually asked her. She wanted to know what did she mean by this, that I did not appeal to her, that I look okay. But my mom is soft. My mom doesn't want to get involved in it with these people because she fears that they're going to come to pick me up just about at any fucking time again. Because this is what they do. This is how, as a family, we are broken. This is how, as a family, we are terrorized. Me and my mom. This is the situation. And I said, Andrea, I said, how would you feel if somebody would be doing to you this very same thing already for like 4 or 5 years, like you guys are doing to me this already since 2012. And she started to keep her mouth shut, you know. And I said, and when it comes to my father, you know, when you said that you're going to help me, that you are so much concerned for me, when he expressed his concern for my health, how I should be physically examined in the hospital, how they should help me and this and that, I told her, do you guys even fucking know what you have done to me? With the stuff that you have done to me? I mean, I have never had any voices in my head. I have never had any fata morganas. I have never seen any illusions, any things like this. I don't have any signs of schizophrenia on me. You are claiming I have schizophrenia, but you have never give me a diagnosis why you actually believe that I have schizophrenia. I mean, I have never heard for a disease that individual would have, that he would be diagnosed with some kind of disease without having any signs of that disease. I have never heard of it. Never heard of that. And these people have done all this stuff to me without ever telling me that I am suffering from something. Do you get the point? At the same time, they have declined me the right to have the second opinion from the independent psychiatrist, which is completely, I'm going to say, unconstitutional. It's complete violations of the law in Slovenia, of the laws in America, of the laws, international laws, of any fucking laws that is out there. They went further and they have totally declined me the right to go to the fucking court. I don't have the right to what is known as legal aid. I don't have the right to the legal aid, and I don't have the right to support to get that free legal aid. In fact, I was told, and I have the documents, I have the emails, I have stored everything, that I don't even have the right to go to the court. I was told I don't even have the right to go to the police station to find out what my father have filed in 2012 against me. In fact, I was told that if I go to the police station, that what's going to happen is they're going to throw me inside of that rescue vehicle and they're going to take me back inside of the mental hospital, is what I'm threatened with. I was told by the attorneys that were given to me by the state, because of course they have to give you in order for them to write anything and perform the judicial judgment against you, the court judgment against you, they have to give you at least some kind of attorney, at least somebody. I was told by these people that they will simply not waste time on me because they are pro bono. Pro bono means for free. They supposedly would work for free. And because they work for free, it's not convenient for them. And then another attorney have told me that I don't have any chance to prove anything against the state, and therefore it does not make any sense for me to say anything in the court, but I should rather just accept and be quiet on the court. On the court, I was fucking told to be just quiet by the judge, that I don't even have the right to say anything. Man, I don't fucking know what to tell you about this. This is the situation, and this is what these people would like me to accept as a disease, because they have already come here in this house and have demanded from me to accept that I have some kind of disease known as a schizophrenia. So I told her, I said, Andrea, I said, do you really think that, when my father said, when he said that he would like you to have me examined in the hospital for diabetes, for all those things, all that stuff that he would like to do. I said, let me ask you something. I said, Andrea, I said, how the fuck do you think, after everything you have done to me, how do you think it makes me feel when I walk on the street and I see an ambulance vehicle, or I see the hospital, or the newspaper comes and I see the line over there about hospital or mental issues, or just that I see, or when I hear the ambulance vehicle, I said, how do you think, after everything you have fucking done to me, how do you think it makes me feel? How the fuck do you think, what do you think this have made inside of me, psychologically, the stuff that you have done to me? I said, do you think that I actually would go to the hospital after everything you have done to me? Even if I would be on a fucking deathbed, even if I would be suffering from diabetes, even if I would have serious health issues, do you actually think I would go to the hospital for help? I said, man, I said, Andrea, you guys are not even aware of what you have done to me, how psychologically you have destroyed me, what the stuff that you have done to me. You guys are not even fucking aware of it, are you? You are not, you don't really know the stuff that you do, the stuff that you perform, that you have done against me. You're not fucking aware of what you're doing at all, are you? Folks, these people are so criminally insane. These people are such a psychopaths that it's totally... I did manage to explain the stuff that they do, but you know, the most of the people that would be in my situation would not be able to explain the things the way I did. But I just want you to understand the level of the persecution. I just want you to understand what psychiatrists do, this government murderers, what they do. And you know why they perform this? Because the previous president, whose name was Danilo Turk, it was a hardcore communist who have, during his presidential campaign, actually stated that killing of I don't know how many people after the Second World War, the communist killings in Slovenia, is to him just a second subject. And he have stated that when they have discovered the whole mass graves of people, you're talking about who knows how many people now. You can Google that, Danilo Turk, mass graves in Slovenia. I mean, this is completely outrageous.
Danes sem tu v Trbovljah zaradi pravic žensk, zaradi enakopravnosti žensk. To je izredno pomembna prvorazredna tema v Sloveniji, tudi politična tema. In danes ne nameravam dati nobenih izjav o nobenih drugih temah.
Ampak to so zelo hude, predvsem to, da se politični vrh sploh ne odziva na razkritje takšnih zločinov.
Bom našel čas, ko bom odgovoril tudi na to, ampak rad bi ponovil. Danes sem tu zaradi prvorazredne teme in o drugorazrednih temah ne bom govoril. Politične manipulacije okrog tega so.
Vendar so ravno tudi ženske.
To ne vemo, to naj raziščejo ljudje, ki raziskujejo. Hvala lepa.
Stashed inside of the caves. Okay, caves. They would use the caves. They would go and they would kill thousands of people. They would just throw them inside there, and then what they would do is they would just cement the wall, so nobody would ever know that there, God knows how many people inside those caves and stuff like this were killed. Stuff that is a fucking nightmare. I don't even know how to tell you this. Beyond horrific stuff. And on what another individual who is a present president of Slovenia have replaced him, and his name is Borut Pahor. And this is the individual who have demanded me in the mental hospital. And unfortunately in Slovenia all the political parties are the same.